Right. Hi everybody. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you the summative assessment of criterion C in chemical bonding. I'm sure by now you have accepted template of this assignment, and the due date will going to be May 9th. It's gonna be 2 weeks from now. So this is going to be criterion C assessment. So if you take a look at the criterion C, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands in there, but I'm going to only assess strand 1 and then 2 and then 4. Only 3 strands, okay? That show how kind I am. Okay, so as you can see in here, it's going to be a about the processing data, and also interpreting data, and also evaluating the validity of the method. Only three of them. Okay, so collecting data again, and then interpreting data, and then evaluate data. Actually, for the collecting data, I already provide the data, so it's not going to be assessed. So you're going to only be will be assessed in the organize, transform, and present. Okay, organize, transform, and present. And also the second strand will be all of these accurately interpret, and then the strand 4 will be evaluating the validity of the method. Okay, let's take a look at the task guide. So, as I said before, by now I am sure that you have accepted this template, except for the picture. You can browse the picture by yourself, this picture. Um, so, because of our statement inquiry saying that the scientists actually use the properties of molecule, including the intermolecular forces and also type of bonding, in order to produce an innovative product. So the product that we are going to discuss in here is paper soap. It's a very innovative product, as as its name, paper soap is a soap that is in a form of paper. Usually, it's going to be more flexible comparing to the liquid soap. For example, if you go to the airport, usually the airport kind of tricky when you travel with a liquid. So this is gonna be maybe one of the solution for you. And this is also very easy to use. As you can see in the picture in here, it's basically sheets of soap. So you just use it um, just one time, one sheet per maybe one or two sheets every time you want to wash your hand. Of course, it still need water, but then again, it's easy to be carry when you are traveling. So, but then one of the problem in the paper soap is, well, it's not problem, but we can maximize the paper soap by adding the water content in the soap, in the paper. So if you have more water in there, it means it's easier for you later on to dilute this with the running water. Um, it's gonna be more effective and faster. Yeah, this the texture of paper soap is actually dry, but there is still water trapped in there that will be ready later on to um, help you when you wash your hand. One of the way to maintain or hold the water in the paper and it's not and will not evaporate is by adding glycerin. What is glycerin? Don't worry, I cover it in here. I give you the structure already. So this is the structure of glycerin. As you can see in here, you have to analyze why this glycerin able to attract water and hold it from evaporation. Okay, that will be the intermolecular forces works in there. Yeah, basically you have to analyze the electronegativity. Maybe there is the polarity in there and attract water and etc. and etc. So there is this investigation. There is someone we don't know the name want to investigate this. What is the effect of adding glycerin to the percentage of water contained in a paper soap? Okay, so basically, uh, the investigation will be adding glycerin to the paper soap, um, and then they are going to test whether the glycerin able to hold the water better than the other than the one that doesn't have glycerin in it. I repeat again, yeah. So the investigation basically adding glycerin with the expectations of hold water better because of intermolecular forces. So the water will stay in the paper a little bit more. So when you use it, it will be faster. It will be more ready to be used. Okay. Um, so how the way this person going to investigate this? I give you the procedure as well. This procedure later on will you have to evaluate whether this is valid or not, and etc. So the procedure in here, it says that the person making the soap first, so mixing 4.5 gram pure liquid with zero point 0.0 gram of glycerin. So this is addition of glycerin, and then after it's ready, and then it's going to be applied to the paper. So just apply to the paper and wait until 1 minute, and then cut it 1 centimeter cube. And then the sample of this weight and the sample of this paper sheet, sorry, paper soap is then tested whether the glycerin able to hold the water in it. Well, pure liquid, uh, there is it's not really pure, but there is water in it a little bit. So uh, whether the glycerin later on able to hold the water in the pure liquid or not, pure liquid of soap, yeah. So the procedure is actually put the 5 gram of paper soap into a microwave. Okay, so and then they per 10 second, the microwave is on for 10 seconds, and then after that they re-wear again, and then basically repeat it until 40 seconds. So as you can see here, the data is already generated. That's why I said before you don't need to collect the data. So this is at 0 second. It means the microwave is not there yet. I mean, it's not microwave yet. And then go to 10 seconds, the 20 seconds. So every second, then they re-weight the soap, because the soap is the paper soap is placed in a bigger glass. The mass of bigger glass is this. So basically, the total mass of bigger glass plus soap is 77.5 lah, because 5 plus 72.5. So that's why in here all show to you. Basically, I help you now to read the data. In the 0 second, all of them show to you 77.5 gram. It means the total soap plus beaker, and this is the variations of independent variable, the mass of glycerin that is added. In the procedure, say that it's only 0.5 gram. Sorry, it's only 0.5 gram, but actually they're making the procedure is repeated, yeah, with other mass of glycerin. There is zero point 0.5, there is 1 gram, there is and 0 point ranging from zero point 0.5 until 2 gram, as you can see in here. So the procedure is actually repeated. So, and then this is, as you can see in the 30 and 40 second, you will see the mass will not change anymore. It means the water will not come out or evaporate anymore. This is where the number of water held by the glycerin. Okay, so that's the data that you will work with, and then I provide to you, um, I think 11 questions to help you to do all of this. These 11 questions I completed with color, so the color will later on uh, correspondent with the table that I already also give to you. the table in here will be filled with the representative color in the questions. So for example, mass of water evaporated. Mass water evaporated, you can see, calculate the mass of water evaporated. Where is the question? Calculate here, calculate the mass of water evaporated. I even give you the formula, initial mass at 0 seconds minus final mass at 40 seconds. All of these, there are already the formula. So there is a new terms in here, uncertainty. Okay, I will cover this in a separate video later on. So this red will be uncertainty. I think question number 2, number 4, and number 5. Yeah, number 2, number 4, number 5, all of them is uncertainty. So as you can see in here, uncertainty will be put uh, in the table. So plus minus, as you can see before. Yeah, there are 11 questions. Basically, display the data. Question number 6 is making the graph. So that will be the uh, presenting data. And then question number 7, interpret the trends. Later on you will make the graph, and then, oh, the trend is increasing, decreasing, or constant, or there is no trend, something like that. And then again, considering uncertainty, this is all question uncertainty will be treated differently. Later on I will also give a video about it. um, and then explain the trend using, this is number 9, is actually when you have to explain what will be the intermolecular process between glycerin and water, and why they able to hold, why glycerin able to hold water. But actually it's gonna be depending on the data that you work at later on. But as in the theory, it said it can, but the thing is we have to prove it through this investigation. And then conclude the result of investigations. Basically, you answering the research questions. Well, it's going to increase or decrease, the same thing actually. And then evaluate the validity of the method. You have to like, oh, the trial is sufficient or not, the dependent variable is properly or not. So dependent variable is the mass lost, yeah. Is it measured or not? Okay. And then does the result provide sufficient data? Is there any quantitative and qualitative? Quantitative in here, quantitative meaning the numerical data. Qualitative is the observable data, for example, the color or the bubble or the smell or the whatever that you can observe with your senses. That's going to be qualitative data, non-numerical data. So you have to analyze, is there this data, blah, 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 blah. This is the criterion breakdown. As I said before, there are 3 strands in the criterion C that will be assessed, 1, 2, and 4. So I already give you in your question 1 until 6 will actually answering the strand 1. This is very detailed, so you can see in there. And then strand 2 will be 7, 8, and 9 until 10. So question 11 will be strand 4. So you will know later on whether you have fulfilled the all requirement or not by seeing this breakdown. The task guide is in here. You are asked to write 700 until 900 words. So please don't exceed the words count, yeah, the report. As you can see here, this is the title of the investigation. What is the effect of adding glycerin in gram mass, yeah, to the percent of water content? W per W meaning weight per weight. So percentage of water later on will be mass per mass or weight per weight. So mass of water over mass of the soap itself. So this is the statement inquiry. As I said before, we're going to talk about the innovative product, the paper sheet in here, paper sheet, paper soap. The ATL will be collecting data, analyze, blah, 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 gather, organize relevant information from the argument, yeah, identify trend as you have to interpret the data. Um, in here is the template of your Data processing, question number 1 until 5, you write it in here. And then graphing, question number 6, data interpretation, question number 7 until 9, conclusion, question number 10, methodology validity, question number 11. Don't forget to also put references in here, because references is also part of the ATL assessment, because yeah, the ATL is research. Okay, so that this template is actually for the question for those who aim 5 until 8. I also provide to you in the manage pack the task guide for those who aim 1 until 4. What is the difference? To know why I have to separate this, let's go to the task specific clarification. Okay, in task specific clarification, just wait until it's load. Okay, so as you can see in here, if you want to achieve 1 until 2 and also 3 until 4, you don't need to answer questions about uncertainty. Question number 2, question number 4, question number 5, all of them is uncertainty questions. So you don't need to answer uncertainty questions if you aim to achieve 1 until 4. So I will instead give you the uncertainty directly. Okay, the value of uncertainty, you don't need to find it because I already make it for you. So that's why I give you different template for 1 until 4. And if you open it, you're going to have this is sample data processing. This is task guide for 1 until 4. If you can see in here, wait. Okay. Yeah, I give you entirely different data, and as you can see here, percentage of uncertainty already given. See in here. Okay, so and then I also give you the formula in here. So absolute uncertainty, you still have to count it, but it's really easy because uh, first you have to fulfill all the data. Mass of evaporated will be mass at 0 second minus mass at 40 seconds. This is the same with the other task guide for 5 until 8. And then you put it in here, you put it in here. Let me give you just quick example, yeah. For example, for this data, this for 0 gram of addition of glycerin is going to be 79.5 0 second minus 40 second 76, and you put the data in here. Okay, so in here, something like that. So and then for 0.5 you do the same thing. Okay, for 0.5 you do the same thing in there. And then after you got blue finish, then you go to green. Percentage of contain is green. Green will be blue divided by 5 grams, the sample of soap, times 100%. So this is going to be here. And then the red is already given. The absolute uncertainty is green time red. So you go, green is 6%, for example, for the data 0, 6% times later on what is the result of you in the percentage of the green, So the absolute uncertainty in here, going to go to green time red. Okay, remember the red is percentage, so 6% times something. Okay, that's gonna be the one that want to aim 1 until 4. Let's go back to the task specific clarification again. Okay, task specific clarification. Wait. Oh, taking too long. Okay, so in task specific clarification, let's start with question as sorry, the level 7 until 8. 7 until 8. Okay, so correctly, um, this is actually supposed to be collect data correctly collect. This one is not being assessed because, as you know, I already collect the data for you. Organize, transform. Organize means you have to make the table correctly. I already make the table for you. So there is a title, heading, unit, uncertainty. Now the uncertainty you have to calculate. I will, as again, explain to you in a separate video. and then data numerical or visual. So draw appropriate graph. The graph will be only line graph. I just mentioned right now. I just I just stated right now. It has to be line graph. Why? Well, later on we will talk about that later. So the title of axis, I will show you how the proper graph is going to be look like. Um, wait, I think I'm going to. You can find this in the sample of calculation. So wait a second. I think in here, sample of calculation. Okay, I give you a complete example, including what is the correct table look like, and etc. So this is the raw data. This is dummy, by the way. It's going to be different with yours, but a little bit similar, but still different. So this is the raw data. From there, then I go to data processing. I will explain this later on in the separate video, but I'm going to just show to you the graph. After you process it all, okay, I know it's going to be uh, to look complicated. So after you process the graph, after you process the data, you're going to have this table. There is the title of the table, there is uncertainty in there, there is the unit gram, and the percentage. Oh, this is actually, you have to do percent in here, yeah. It's not correct. You have to add percent because the unit is percent. 50%, 47%. This one also gonna be percent because it's percentage of uncertainty. So 50%, 52.5%. Okay. So absolute uncertainty in here, it's going to be also a percent, but you don't need to put in that. So this is how the table supposed to be look like. And then from there, you go with the graph. I'm going to talk about graph later on, but I'm going to just show you the important component of graph. You have to put title, okay? You have to label the axis. This is the mass of glycerin added, so 0.5 gram, 1 gram, 1.5 gram. And then the y-axis also percentage of water contained, weight per weight or mass per mass percent. So this is going to be 25%, 50%, 25%. This is gram. The x is gram. The y is percent. And then as you can see in here, you will have what we call it. This is error bar. Later on I will show you how. Um, yeah, this is the expectation of the graph look like. Okay, so let's go back to the task specific clarification again. So error bar showing as I showed you before. What is error bar? I will give you a further explanation later on. Uh, and then, oh, by the way, the sample of calculation also you can found the file in the manage pack in the assignment itself. The second one is accurately interpret the trend. So you interpret what is the trend. Is it decreasing or increasing as you add more glycerin, the water content, and then after that you go to. So basically, you have to state what is the relationship between independence and dependent variable. But so you're going to say either, okay, the more I add glycerin, independent variable, the more water content. That's one possibility. The second possibility, the more I add glycerin, the less water content that is evaporated. And then that will be the stating, or there is no effect at all. That can be also the interpretation. And then after considering uncertainty, again, I will talk about uncertainty later. What is that? But the next one is explain completely the theory. So I list down the theory in here: type of bonding, dot and cross diagram, electronegativity, bond polarity, dissolve like dissolve like. So you have to explain why the glycerin actually have that effect. Well, in theory, glycerin will hold water, as I said before. So you have to then go to what is type of bonding in a glycerin, what is is there any polarity in glycerin? And then how this polarity then affect water? What is the polarity in water? Something like that. Relate to the investigation correctly, yeah, and draw conclusion to answer the investigation question. Yeah, you at the end you have to answer yeah, there is effect or there is no effect, something like that. If there is effect, the effect is positive or negative. And then the fourth one will be give detail on the strength and limitation of the method. So you go to question 11. I mentioned several points that you have to analyze. For example, the number of trials, and then maybe yeah the procedure itself. What is the strength and the limitation of procedure? If you compare 7, 8 with 5, 6, so for example, in here, in the first one, this is some the difference is some uncertainties calculation. So it means you show uncertainties calculation, but maybe some of them is incorrect, or maybe some of them is not provided, but you still show some calculation of the uncertainty. Again, uncertainty is question number 2, 4 until 5. That's why in here you answer 2, 4, 5 um, partially correct, then you still can get 5 until 6. Okay, so but the graph itself will not be different. The graph with the 7, 8 will be the same requirement. You have to put a title, axis label, unit, and error bar, and blah blah blah. That's the same thing. The only but error bar may be a little bit later on a little bit different with 7, 8 because error bar is actually come from the uncertainties calculations. So again, the key in here is answering correctly question 1, 3, 6 have to be completely correct, but 2, 4, 5 is yeah maybe some correct, some missing, some maybe good, some is not, something like that. And then the second strand in here is here, some theories again. There is some theories. So you might explain about electronegativity. Maybe there is some miss here and there, but there is still some proper or relatable theories that you explain there. The point is, after you state the trend, after you state the trend correctly, you show some theories that explain that. What is the complete one? Well, the complete one is 7 until 8. It means you have to do all of these type of bonding and blah, blah, blah. So, and you use that in order to explain the trend. In the 5 until 6, maybe you miss some of them. Maybe you cannot, maybe you're not able to explain electronegativity, for example. Then you might get 5 until 6 in there. So take a look again at the list of the theory that I give you in the 7 until 8. Okay, so that's going to be 5 until 6. And then for the question number, for the strand 4, briefly provide strand and limitation. So it means, yeah, it just briefly, you still mention the methodology, 5, 6, not briefly, 5, 6 is partially correct. It means some of your strength and limitations is actually detailed, explained, something like that. But some other, it just sounds, it's not really complete. But maybe there are some view of your strength and your evaluation in the strength and limitation is actually good, but not all. That's 5 until 6. For example, you say in there, I think the limitation is this need more trial. Just stop there. But you don't mention, so what is the sufficient trial? What number of trials supposed to be conduct? Something like that. That's going to be 7, 8 if you explain that long. Okay, and then 3, 4, as I said before, in here only 1, 3, 6 question, number 1, 3, and 6. You don't need to go 2, 4, and 5 because that's uncertainty. As I said before, there is a separate a template for that. That's why you don't need to answer that questions. But the strand 2 in here, oh, by the way, in the 3, 4, you still have to make the graph and everything, yeah? See, the graph, if you don't make the graph, maybe you're going to fall to 1 until 2. So let's go to 3, 4 again. So for the strand to correctly interpret trend, but little theories. It means, well, most of the theories is not explained there. You just mention, oh, there is increasing or there is decreasing, but theory is not really in there. So You don't explain about the type of bonding, you don't explain about the bond polarity, electronegativity, intermolecular forces like dissolved life, you don't explain all of that, then I consider that as a little theories and going to be 3 until 4. You can simply say it in there, okay, the trend is increasing. For example, if I increase the glycerin mass, then the water will be decreasing. This is because, for example, in the theory, it said there is intermolecular process in there. If you go until that, well, it's going to be maybe 3, not 4. 4, maybe you go like there is attraction between water and glycerin. Minimal, you have to mention what is the molecule that have an interaction in there. 1 until 2 obviously is very easy. I mean, well, in here, as you can see there, the difference with 3, 4, it just briefly. In the 3, 4, you still have to like partially correct and etc. But in the 1, 2, you just have, you maybe answer it everything briefly. There is no more explanation and no more nothing. Uh, so for example, the strand 4, provide strand limitation briefly. Maybe you just say, well, it's good because it has sufficient trial, and that's it. That's going to be like briefly. But if you want to go 3 until 4, you have to go like, okay, actually the trial is sufficient because at the end 30 and 40 seconds the mass doesn't change anymore. It means all the molecule that evaporated is already evaporated, and the remaining will be the water molecule that is held by the glycerin. Okay, so that's task specific clarification. I really hope by giving you question 1 until 11, it's easier for you later on to understand the expectations of this all. Don't forget, you have to also make self-assessment, and this document have to be uploaded self-assessment. So you have to, okay, I think the strand 1 I go 3, 4, but strand 1 I go 5, 6, and then trend 2 maybe I go like 7, 8, something like that, because I'm good at explaining the theory about bonding and stuff, but I'm not good at uncertainty. Uncertainty is in the strand 1, so maybe I got 5 until 16, but 7 until 8, something like that. So you put your assessment in here. All right, that's all. The overview of your summative assessment. It's going to be 2 weeks. For these 2 weeks, I'm going to guide you day by day lah, basically, especially for the uncertainty and stuff. In the next video, I'm going to talk more about data processing, including uncertainty and other stuff. Make sure you later on decide which task that you're going to choose, task guide. There are 2 types, remember, task guide 1 until 4 and task guide 5 until 6. The one that already I shared to you, that right now you click in your manage back and it's appear, it will be all of you going to be having the task guide for 5 until 8. So all of you will have this task guide with. Uh, but if you decide, all of you will have this task guide, the question and stuff. If you decide to go 1 until 4, then copy paste your task guide, this task guide 1 until 4 in this template, because at the end you have to submit using this. Okay, later on what you need to change is only the last part, this one, and then copy paste the data in here. So you basically have to copy paste the 1 until 4. 1 until 4 is, this is 1 until 4, so you have to copy paste all of this into your task guide. That's this task guide. All right, that's all guys. Hopefully it helps. See you in the next video. Bye.